Hi guys, I am talking today actually to the husbands, the guys, and I wanted you to think about what messages the media sends to your wife about how she looks and how she should look and how that makes her feel about herself. There's a story I have loved for a very long time about a man named Johnny Lingo, a businessman in the South Sea Islands. And as the story goes, whenever visitors, tourists would come to that set of islands and they wanted a special gift to take home with them, all the locals would say, "Oh, you have to go see Johnny Lingo. He'll fix you up with it." And then they would kind of look away and give this little smile. One day a professor came and he needed a guide and some supplies, and so he began asking around, and he got exactly that reaction. He asked multiple people, and each time it was, "Oh, you've got to go to Johnny Lingo. He'll get you set up." And then finally he asked, "Why does everybody laugh like that when I ask about Johnny Lingo?" And someone told him, "In these parts, if a man wants to get married, he has to pay a bride price to the girl's father. And for an average bride, a man would expect to pay 1 cow, maybe 2 cows. For a very beautiful wife, he would pay 3 cows. For a 1 in a million wife, he would pay 4 cows. But Johnny Lingo, oh my goodness, his father-in-law sure snookered him. Johnny paid his father-in-law 8 cows for his wife, Sarita. And why? She walked with her shoulders hunched. She never even looked anybody in the eye. She wasn't a good cook. And he paid 8 cows. Oh, that Johnny. Well, the professor decided to go see him about his business, got in a boat, went to the neighboring island, and soon arrived at Johnny's house. And Johnny invited him in. They sat, and it wasn't long before a woman came and placed a vase of nicely arranged flowers on the table before them. She was beautiful, and her movements were graceful. She had this captivating smile. She came back a little while later and brought them both some cold juice to drink, and the professor could barely take his eyes off of her. Finally, Johnny spoke up. "That's my wife, Sarita. My only wife." Well, the professor was clearly confused, so Johnny asked him, "Have you heard about my wife?" "Yes." "What have you heard?" And the professor told him that the townspeople had told him that he paid 8 cows for his wife, and they didn't think that Johnny had made a good deal. Then Johnny got really serious. He said, "Our townspeople love to gossip. And the favorite topic of conversation is how many cows a man paid for his wife. Now, if it were you who was being talked about, and you knew your husband had only paid 1 or 2 cows for you, how would that make you feel when you're with your friends? How would it make you feel about yourself? How would it make you feel when you were alone with your husband?" The professor nodded. He said, "So you love Sarita, and you wanted her to know how much you loved her, make her feel important and good." And Johnny said, "Yes, that's true. But also, I wanted an 8-cow bride." Guys, when you are with your wife, do you compliment her on how she looks? Do you tell her what it is you think is beautiful about her? How do you make her feel? Like a 1 or 2 cow bride? Or an 8-cow bride? This week, pay special attention to what you say to your wife about her looks, and let's see what happens.